Today is July 9, 2021, Friday. I'm here in the stockroom filming this related to the downloaded and sent to YouTube by Melpet. This one is Melpet production, is the Biggin when we'll be there on July 2, 2021, Friday, last week. Now, why I discuss other things with this? This is related to the one I touched and I cry in the chapel there in the Biggin Hill, and then, but because I didn't bring eyeglass or this one I'm talking about magnifying glass, so I cannot see it at the time. Then when I touch this glass, this is the glass there in the inside the chapel. We will go later on with that. I only fascinate in this when I open it, and I look at in there when I found out. Well, I don't know if you can see it. That's the name of the guy. Let me see. Okay. Sergeant Frederick. I cannot pronounce what that one then. What's that? Aaron. Is that Tord Bear or I cannot pronounce this family name of the guy, and died, I think, is a 91 Squadron, 1941, died this guy, and the other one is, I think that's Captain Philip, and so on and so forth with these people in there. This is a glass. Now, I will discuss that later on. I'll be back why I'm fascinating, and I discuss this inside the stockroom when I look at this in my laptop, and I've seen London Museum, Hendon, RF, that is Hendon, that's also a museum. What else the museum that I've been? Never I cry, not inside the museum, but the chapel in the Biggin Hill. So I'll discuss that later on. I'll show you, because this is the video of Melpet using the GBC. I'm using my Canon video camera, a small one, the one I use now. So I stop for a while. I start from the beginning with this so that I will discuss. But actually, Melpet has a music. He didn't discuss or talk about certain things. But me, I discuss this now because I want to look up whether I can see with this, using this magnifying glass. Now I found out it's the name. It's the name Sergeant Frederick. At the time, I cannot see what's in the, because of my eyes are blurred this time. I hope I don't have, I would say, diabetes like that, I'm really afraid because I know type 2 diabetes, you have blurred eyes. What else that you have that, and maybe one is the skin tag. I don't know. I'm not so sure with it. So that's the reason why I discussed this, because I have to go on with this, because there's some music that Peter will just play, but I have to discuss certain things with this because I didn't know the letter F, and it's Sergeant as well, this guy. My father is Sergeant Filomeno Saberon Marcis. He is a World War II veteran. Died not in the war, but he just retired as Staff Sergeant, retired Armed Forces of the Philippines. He's a military. He died July 29, 1993. He's already old, 73 plus years old at the time. Now, I will own this and I will discuss some of those there. So, I cry at the time then with this. And I didn't know that the name F, back to what it just says, Staff Sergeant, that is S. And the name of this guy in that glass, this is not ordinary people, because they're put in a glass. But I have no idea what's the story behind with these people in this book. I've been thinking this is a Bible. I'm thinking it's a Bible because I know the church is not a Catholic church. It's I think it's a Church of England faith. So Sergeant Frederick, and it's Sergeant S. Then the name is F, is Filomeno Frederick. With that, my father is a Filomeno F. I have no idea at the time when I touched that. I smell the perfume, and I'm thinking it's a perfume of my brother. My brother, Mr. Marciliano Gravides Marcis. He's an ex-trainee. He didn't continue in the military because he wanted to study in mechanical engineering, but wasn't able to finish it. And that's the reason why I look at now because Melpet is downloaded this last night in YouTube. Only now that I open it. So I found out that that is why. So it comes in my mind, why I cried there inside the chapel. I was shocked really because that's supposed my eyes suddenly and I cried there. And I remember my mother. And then my brother and Papa. Because we came in Biggin. The place in there is the place for during the Second World War. I play it back related to this book. So the one word there, I post. I post for a while. The one word in there, it says Book of Remembrance. Now I know it. At the time when I was there, me and Peter last July 2, Friday, this year, 2021, when I went to Biggin Hill, I cannot see the words there because my eyes is blurred. I did not bring, as I said a while ago, I did not bring my what you call this eyeglass or magnifying glass. Now I repeat back, the one word there up is related to the word Book of Remembrance. And then it says, this book records the names of 454. Oh, many. 454 aircrew who gave their lives flying from the Biggin Hill. Oh. And then that's what the words there. When I read it, so I just wanted to say this video that I just make here in the stock room, and I say it back that there are 454 aircrew who gave their lives flying from the Biggin Hill sector during the 1939 to 1944 war. So this book, it says in there, the book, which means the pages will turn each day. Why I'm fascinating with that as well? Because never I went to, a museum that I cry. When I touch this glass, that's the time I just cry. Not knowing that the person there, when I said to Peter that, could you read what's in there? Everything it's a Bible, but it's not. So it's the name of the person, which I say it a while ago. That's the reason why I just wanted to have a little discuss these things. So with the other as well at home, that before we went, me and Peter, this is month of July, we finished our a little projects at home, and they just put in there those the remaining of the barbed wire, not knowing that look like they're so weird. For me, it's the as what Alma says, it's the reflection of the sun outside. No, I don't think so. I said no. I said that word. Well, I include that in the next, all discuss this in the beginning. It's lit at home, and I'm thinking look like an orb, a little bit, not totally orb, that circle, but I'm talking about, I don't know if you can say that. Let me see if people say no, that's not a ghost like that. That I'm just thinking that's lit at home because I know I love my mother very, very much. Died November 1. And I think that's why I cried there in the Biggin Hill, because when I touch this glass, that's glass. So this is not ordinary people here. Imagine 400 plus air crew. This is our Air Force. My father is a military. He's not an Air Force. So it reflects because Sergeant Frederick, Sergeant Filomeno. And the smell of the perfume is the smell of the perfume of my brother, Mr. Marcelo Marcis, or they passed away as well. Donald, that's your father. So Donald is my nephew that I'm talking about in the Philippines. And Mama as well, the perfume. So that's the reason why I discuss certain things with this. I'm here, as I said a while ago, I'm here in the stock room, and I play this in my laptop. Already sent in YouTube by Peter last night. So I just play it and listening this back again. wanted to put this back in the YouTube as well. And I would just tell that to Peter that why I'm fascinating with this, because never I went to the museum that I cry. So Peter is just put some music only because I know he's a kind of person filming, videoing, not talking. It's not like me that I talk. This is inside the quotes already. But before that, I rewind back few only in the chapel. So I just stop for a while with this. I wanted to rewind back in the chapel. This is the one, the title, Melpet Productions, Biggin Hill Memorial Museum in Kent, here in United Kingdom. Peter didn't put the date, but in the previous part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4, that's mine, using the video camera Canon. Now, this one is GBC. Peter is using it. So I play this back. Some of those only that I just get because this already sent with Peter in the YouTube. So there's some music they just used with this. But I know Peter is paying this as well. So no problem that they will just say copyright. So I just play when we started with this. But you only in the, because I have already related in the inside the what's it is inside the museum. So I want to focus be only in the museum, focus in the chapel. So this is the one that Peter used it with the background music as well. This is inside already in the fence, but not inside the museum yet. It's inside. The coach will just park there somewhere else. And a lots of males, few only females who just come in there. But we're not a lot in the coach who went into the Biggin Hill. As I said to Peter, even him, he's happy we've been there. I'm happy too. So this is the part only I just said. But I want to focus inside the whatever is inside the not museum. These are the people in the Second World War. They're so young. This is inside the museum. Here only I just include this, but I focus on the whatever it is in the focus in the chapter. I'm really fascinating, and I like here in United Kingdom. They preserve the things in the past, and that's the reason why I salute those people who just keep it. So this is the one that I just show you. Imagine that they still keep it all those. Oh, that's Marabella already. I have Papa's attire. I plan that to display at home by the time it's done already. I have small room there. I call it bodega, but actually I just call it Peter and Carmelita Museum, mini museum. Thus I plan for to display some of my things collection there. This is during the there's a filming with this after the war, I think, or which means the war is over. That's what it says there. This is the one. The war is over, and VD marks the end of the war, I think. This is during the Japanese occupation in my country, the Philippines, which is I think that's the end of the war. I like it here in United Kingdom because they preserve the things in the past. And also, I don't know what's that bell. Maybe that's the one used for, because there's a film in there that when the bell, they run right away into the aircraft. 400 plus, 454 died there. They are not ordinary, they are pilots, I think. Oh, God. May they rest in peace, all of those, died in the Biggin Hill during the war, Second World War. What do you call that? The Scramble Bell? Okay, I remember that name. Now this one that I'm fascinating there, that is just related to the jacket. Then thinking some of the Taro Papa, I just wanted to display that if God's willing, I can come back to the Philippines. That's a bomb. I asked Peter, what's that? Is that a bomb? Peter says, yeah. This is during the filming. So I think these people, maybe, they're waiting for, if the bell, that means what squadron you belong, you'll be in the plane, I think. To fight for during the... There. Imagine, who's the owner of that jacket? Maybe an officer? They still keep it. That's the one I said, but mine at home, which is Papa's, wear for the, for the military. Of course, they will return some of those, by the time you're retired. Some of those, I just keep it at home. But the one you used in the Second World War, we still keep it there at home. So I plan to display that. This is the map, look like a circle, and it moves that then. Just like when we went into the, I can't remember that place, when you went. I think salute for the 40s, yeah. That's the filming. This is outside. When me and Peter is just stand by and we wanted that chair there. At the back there, that place there is the airport. Is somebody called? Somebody called. Or the cell phone of Peter. Where did you put it? You will tell the guy there. We're just fascinating with that tree as well. Me, I'm fascinated. I don't know why. That tree over there, we just focus the other time of Peter. This tree, I'm just thinking why. So I touched that tree in front, at the back, like that, I take a picture as well. And me and Peter with this tree. And when I asked that lady who just served us, she's just saying that that tree is in the second world. Look like 1 century, that tree. So, if that tree can talk, he will tell the story what happened in the Second World War. Now, this is inside the church. A while ago, it's filming. We didn't watch all the film. This is inside the church. And I just wondering why there's close my eyes when I touch that glass there. When I said to Peter, could you take a video with that and look at what's the name there, because I cannot see it. I didn't bring my eyeglass or magnifying glass, so I cannot see that one. No, this is not the one. This is at the back. That's not in front in the altar. And I said to Peter that, why? I smell the perfume there. It's the perfume of Mama. Perfume of Manong Dodong. And then when Peter mentioned about she cannot say it at the time, then when it just filming, then I found out already, now only, it stands for Sergeant, and the letter comes first, F. Frederick. It's the same as Papa, Sergeant F. Filomeno. They are both the same sergeant. But this guy died in 1941. That's the reason why I said, I have to filming this. And I want to look. Because it's Peter's the one who filming that. He just focused that in the glass. The glass in that side over there. That glass. Peter is there. So look. Now I found out they will open the pages every day. The pages there. And, well, I thank the Lord that I just we went there in the Biggin Hill. Peter is the one filming some of those there, focus like that. And me, I just talk, but Peter is not. That's why it's just background music. When he just filming inside the church. I just take a picture there in the church. And I don't know what's this church symbolize for. Because I know the church is Church for England Faith. I'm just pointing and telling Peter that to take the video there in front. I'm sitting there. I know this church is, this chapel, I mean, during the Second World War, people come in there and prayed that they will be safe when they will be in the plane. I mean, the aircraft, when they were pilots or co-pilots with, because it says in this air crew. We signed the book in there, we signed there, and we give money as well. I give money, 14 pounds. And I have a small book, souvenir, and I put that by the time I take all those pictures, put into the album, after I just print that. So I include the book, and the paper that Peter just paid for working coach. I keep all those paper, the ticket I'm talking about. I keep it here in the stock room as our souvenir. We cannot memorize all those places that we've been. Or we're not like computer that you can put that, or cell phone you can put that in the inbox. You cannot memorize those. This is our imprint in this inside the chapel. That's imprint. The glass is over there. But I'm happy that we've been there to Biggin Hill. This is the glass. The inside this book are there's names that I said a while ago that this book is Book of Remembrance. Thank God that Peter just focused that then. Well, anyway, that's all that I just said because I still turned back that already, and I just focus on inside that coach. Those at the back building wasn't able to come there, not allowed. There are lots of fence in there. That's what the driver says. Long time you can go some of those buildings there, but now no. I just mentioned that that's supposed my eyes.
Those people are special. You say that it's a surgeon. I cannot read because
I'm talking about related to the one I cry, you know, the one I touch and then I cry. And you mentioned, which means Peter mentioned about sergeant, but she cannot say it at the time. Then now I found out using this one, magnifying glass. I found out straight right away. That's related to the guy. That's a book of remembrance. I've been thinking that one is a Bible. No, it's not. So now I know it. So I think that's all I might just say it related to this. But the other one video is related to at home that I'm thinking is about the look like an orb related to the babwar, and also there's other things also I included, and it's also related to I think it's the we went to the Pool Hill, which is June 21, Mystery Drive. I don't know. I think that's not finished yet. That's how I plan for. To including this one that I plan for. Well, anyway.
Okay, ladies and gents.
Well, it's the driver.
Right, has everyone had a reasonable day?
Well, it's the driver just talking about. That's the way it is. We just clap by the time we're just satisfied.
It is a shame that we can't see more of the airfield and everything like that. But
yeah,
like I've been explaining to people, a lot of it's actually privately owned now, not ministry. So unfortunately, that's why there's a big fence that goes around this bit that we're in, because we're not allowed access to the other side of these fences.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the buildings that you see around here are still the originals. In actual fact, the officers' mess is the other side of the road, what used to be the officers' buildings. And this would have been known as North Camp, here where we are. I know you would have seen it on the map in there, and somebody's probably explained it to you already. Cool.
My hands are raised up because I'm filming.
Somebody said they were real, but they're not.
So I think that's all for now. Bye!